Hey everyone, wanted to do a quick wiki update. I've got the search bar up here working as I guess promised on Twitter or Blue Sky, I think it was. The glowy effect here is actually the gloopy colors, all of those sort of like spin around it. I've had some comments that this looks like an AI search bar. It's not. It's just like a wiki search bar. We have to reclaim like bits of technology and not be scared of them. So that's what we're doing here. This is also only on the main page. It's like a welcome introduction to the wiki. It's part of a larger process where we're going to be overhauling the main page to make it look even better. So do bear with me. However, it all works. You can type / and you can go ahead and start searching for stuff. So if I search for slot, we'll get lots of articles that have slot on them, etc. But the reason why I make this video is because I just set up fuzzy searching for both protoflux nodes and components. You do / pf : and then you type whatever you want. So if I do set, we'll see all the nodes that have set. And if we do, let's say slot again, we'll see all the names that have slot. Now it's also picking up ones that don't have slot in the name, but do have slot in sort of the initial description. You can see that here. We are having a like small issue, and that is that this particular functionality cannot be localized right now. So I've opened up an issue for that. It also works for components. So one of my perfect favorite components are aligners. So I can type in / comp : aligner, and it will show me all the aligners. Like with most things on the wiki, this is all open source. If you want to take a look at that, you do need to learn a couple of weird pages to go to. So if you go to Media Wiki Gadget Custom Commands, you'll see the code for it here. This code is based on code I found in the documentation, combined with like a bunch of other Googling and like Discord conversations and everything. So it's like, it's kind of a mess, but like I'll fix it later, etc. But it registers 2 commands, one for protoflux and one for components. I'm still working on it. One thing I'm playing around with is the fuzziness here. Fuzziness is currently set to 2, which means it's like, I don't know, 200% fuzzy. If we put it towards like 3 and 4, it gets like really too fuzzy. A good example right now of illustrating what that fuzziness might look like is if I look for a slot called like a protoflux node called cheese. We don't actually have a protoflux node called cheese, but it's still trying to find something. So it's doing, actually this does have cheese in it, look. Cheese, yep, that's there. I don't know if this one does, but we'll go have a look. Control F for cheese. Yeah, that doesn't have cheese. But there'll probably be a word somewhere on this page that is like a little distance, like spelling wise or stuff like that, is like a small distance away from cheese to make that work. Like I said, still working on it. You guys can help out if you would like. I'm working on an issue. Actually, we have a community contributor working on an issue for creating a role for those interested in CSS or gadgets. I can't give this to everyone because it's very dangerous, but I can give it to people who, are knowledgeable and quite trusted in terms of wiki. So it's almost like a wiki plus. I don't want to do it, but like I don't have the ability to not do it. You can also see the gadget localization issue here, which I'm sort of trying to play around with, but it's not working out that well. There's also the help page for the search, which talks about fuzziness. So help Cirrus search. If this is going over your head, you can leave off here because it's about to get crazier. So this is the Cirrus search help page, and you can go down here and like all of this shows like how fuzziness works. No, not that way. Here, this is fuzziness in here. Let me zoom in a bit for you. So if you're searching for flowers argonon, that's like a poetry something, isn't it? It doesn't really matter. Anyway, fuzziness level 2, this is searched, this is searched, this is searched, but this is not. And that's because there's like a bunch of gobbledygook in the middle here. It's based on distance, so you can see here that at a distance of 13 it works, and a distance of 11 it works. There's also like other syntax here. There's a bunch here, and like I mentioned, we can go ahead and take a look at making additional commands that can do that. So if you've got like different syntax you want to look at or anything like that, we can go ahead and take a look at that now. There is a lot of syntax that the search plugin already has, as indicated by this, but we can also add our own sort of stuff on top of that, like a translation layer between like what you type and what is then given to the search. Let's head on back to the gadget. So basically it runs a search here, and we can do like parsing before that to figure it out. So right now we just do whatever your query is, and then we add our fuzziness factor on the end. We could do like much more complicated stuff than that. Like we could run whatever JavaScript you want to run in here. So there you go. As another final wiki update, I've disabled the moderation extension for now. It is completely easy to re-enable it should we have issues, but I was just noticing like we aren't really getting any like spam user registrations because the moderation plugin doesn't stop people from registering. So if people are still trying to register to spam, we would see that in the registration log, but we're not. We're seeing like 99.999% valid registrations that are then frustrated by the moderation extension being in their way. And it continues to cause much strife. I also lost the custom localization message I had in the Discord feed with this new wiki stuff, because once again, I don't really know how localization works as evidenced here, so I will get there when I can. As always, speak to you soon.